I don't have many shameful thoughts or regrets when it comes to gaming. Hell, I played Akiba's Trip and Conception with no shame. None. If there's one thing I'm kinda ashamed about, it's that there's a large pile of games growing and it's getting kinda sad. Every gamer has a backlog. Now, it's not the backlog itself, but what's in it that matters. I'm not gonna lie, this will probably be a series where I basically expose myself. Pause. I want this series to be basically me explaining why certain games are still in my backlog, and if I will ever get around to them or not. Now today I want to talk about one game in particular. One game in my backlog, the number one game in my backlog that I'm really ashamed of. The game in question has multiple Game of the Year awards. It also changed RPGs as a whole, has a successful TV show, and the gaming community put its developer on a high pedestal because of how well they respected and treated their fans. It had great free and paid DLC and a sequel recently confirmed. That's right, you guessed it. I'm talking about Sonic and the Black Knight. My bad. I'm talking about The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. Yeah, I haven't completed it yet, even though I really love the game. As to why, I wouldn't say because it's too big, because I completed Assassin's Creed Odyssey recently, like a few months ago, and that game is way too damn big. And I wouldn't say the story is the issue either, because I really do enjoy the story. I love Geralt and all the characters that he meets along the way. I don't know. But what I do know is The Witcher 3 came out May 18, 2015, and I basically had it on day one. So, for 7 years, this game has been sitting in my backlog, not completed. It's really no excuse, but I'm gonna give you one. That year had a ton of bangers that came out from beginning to end. Games like Dying Light, Bloodborne, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Metal Gear Solid 5, Splatoon, Rocket League, my nigga Evolve. Man, Evolve. Man, I wonder what happened to. Oh no. Never mind.
So that was a fucking lie.
Anyways, it was a fantastic year, and I gotta say I was a bit overwhelmed. And not to mention that a juggernaut came out September 15, 2015 that basically had me getting no sleep for months. Destiny, the Taken King expansion, came out and revamped the game, making it almost perfect. I was someone who actually enjoyed the slim offerings they gave in vanilla, so I was grinding like crazy when it came out. And not to dive too deep into it, but I pretty much didn't stop playing it until Overwatch came out. And Overwatch stole my life, my time, my freedom, my existence. It took everything from me. So many hours of people who to this day can't push the fucking payload. These two multiplayer games, however, basically took over and everything else came second. Especially when it's just easier to hop online with friends and spend hours and hours just playing matches and having a great time. It's crazy. I was so hyped for The Witcher 3. It's kinda sad. I played The Witcher 2 on my brother's 360, yes 360, and I enjoyed every moment of it. I fell in love with Trish and how they made every bit of drama feel morally great to a certain extent. And after beating Witcher 2, I actually felt compelled to see the ending of Geralt's journey. But we both know that didn't happen, considering I pushed it to the side like. The Witcher 3 gameplay is fun. Nothing extraordinary though, not too clunky, not too stiff, just kinda average. The skills are cool, but I don't remember using all of them that often. I probably used like one or two of them for the majority, and for some boss fights that required the other ones, I used those. But besides that, I don't remember much. Like the potion system, everything about that was all just fine. If you say you came to the Witcher series for gameplay, you're lying. You came for the story, and that's what hooked me. The world is just gorgeous, beautiful, a lot of stuff to explore, a lot of side quests, and it's just done so well that it basically revolutionized the genre. Every side quest felt like a big story mission, even though it was kinda irrelevant. Everything felt impactful and fun, and a lot of RPGs learned from this game. This game has almost everything that I love, and I still don't know why I haven't beaten it yet. And to be honest, I don't know if I should restart entirely or not, or just go off my memory, because the story is the focal point and I don't remember much from Witcher 3 besides A dead baby, I'm guessing? That's kind of why it's so hard to just pick up and play again. So many different plots and background stuff that you need to know in order to fully understand what's going on that, I don't know. I might have to restart. There's a PS5 upgrade coming out at some point, so maybe that'll probably be when I do it. And another thing is, I kind of want to know how I feel about it now after all this time has passed. Especially after the whole Cyberpunk fiasco. That was a whole nother bucket of disaster. Man, I was definitely one of those disappointed PS4 players. Looking at the lens from how well they treated their fans back then to how greedy they were now, it'll kind of be interesting. And I know Cyberpunk doesn't have anything to do with Witcher 3, but I feel like if I end up loving Witcher 3 more, it'll probably make me resent Cyberpunk even more. I had a lot of hope for that game. But hopefully I can get this game out of my goddamn backlog sooner or later. Witcher 3 is one of those staple games that I think most people should have played, and I want to be one of those people. I want to be able to say, hey, I beat that.